Nick. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the West Coast Madden Podcast. I'm Shanegotyou11 with Nick and Trey.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope you guys have had a good week so far. And we are back again with another episode of the West Coast Madden Podcast. Let me know in the comment section how have you guys been doing? Are you guys ready for the fall weather to continue? And if you're excited for Halloween to come by in the next few months, just let me know in the comment section how you're doing. And I appreciate the people that do tune in and watch us talk about Madden and other stuff and complain a little bit. But anyway,
yeah, that's just being honest, so.
Yeah. But anyway, we were here with Shane and Nick. Shane, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just trying to figure out my coins and getting players right.
Yeah, for sure. And what about you, Nick? How have you been doing lately?
I'm okay.
All right, sounds good. So let's get into the agenda today. So for today, we're going to be mostly talking about the new programs that are in MUT and the new limited times that they came into MUT. We're going to be talking about salary cap and.
Can we do some predictions? Can we do the predictions for week 3?
Maybe towards the end. Well, we are going to do one prediction, but.
Okay.
And then we're going to be talking about cheating and the seeing as how that EA is getting a little bit more technical. They did this before, but I guess now they're really starting to crack down on coin sellers and all that. And also we're going to be talking about the new patch, well, the 2 patches that come out, and I know Shane's pretty anxious to talk about it because he's gotten a lot of words on Twitter and all that other stuff. So pretty good show coming up. So to start off, I'm actually 2-0. Shane and Nick, you're 1-1 in the Thursday Night Football predictions. Last week I picked the Browns to beat the Bengals, and Nick and Shane chose the Bengals. But tonight we have the Dolphins and the Jaguars, and all 3 of us are picking the Jaguars, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to win, and I think that the fact that like all 3 of us are in the Northwest region, I think all of us kind of want to see Minshew Mania do good, and going into week 2. I mean, week 2 was flooded with injuries. I mean, that's pretty much
Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing you can take away. But we usually go over like our favorite teams, and our favorite teams, both Shane and Nick's team face against my favorite team, which is the Patriots. And I thought Cam Newton looked pretty good in the game, but Russell Wilson just ate us alive. And I was thinking about this the other day, ever since Bill Belichick has been coach, do you think that there's ever been a quarterback to throw 5 touchdown passes against the Patriots defense?
I believe it's the second time ever only. I can't remember who it was, so don't quote me. I keep having John Elway in my head because I think I saw that stat, and I think it was when he was a defensive coordinator.
Wait, John Elway was the defensive coordinator?
No, Bill Belichick was the defensive coordinator. I think it was John Elway who threw it against him. Do you have the facts at all, Trey, or do you not know?
Or no, I don't have the facts, but I was just thinking about that.
I think it was John Elway and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it had to be something, something similar to that. But anyway, so.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I was going to throw something out. Real quick. Yeah, what you were saying, though, is that actually Russell Wilson has the best stats career-wise against a Bill Belichick-led defense.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that now, and people can debate me in the comment section because I don't think either one of us would argue this opinion, but I would go ahead and say that Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in football right now.
I'd agree.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait. Can I add two things to our topics right now, Trey?
Yeah, go for it. Go.
Okay. So you were talking about injuries, and then you were also talking about Russell Wilson being the best quarterback. So first, now that you talk about injuries, the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee was saying that in the 49ers and Jets game, because you saw how many injuries were in that game, they were saying that people were that the players or some, I think, yeah, the players were blaming the Jets field for the injuries, which I I don't know. I don't know if that would be true or not. And then you talk about Russell Wilson being good. And a lot of the analysts, and from what I've been hearing on the news and everything, they're saying that Russell Wilson may get the MVP this year, but
Yeah. I personally hope he does. I feel like he should have got it, like a couple of years ago. I mean, and everyone knows that I'm a Lamar Jackson guy, but even with me being a Lamar Jackson guy, I still kind of think that Russ should have got an MVP because he's just been consistently good for a long time. So, so going into week 3, the Seahawks are going against the Cowboys. I'll go to Nick first. How do you think that game is going to turn out?
we're going to knock the out of them.
All right, what about you, Shane? Same thing.
Honestly, sorry, baby's crying.
I hear the baby.
Um, I think if it rains, I think it'll be a lot closer game than people think, and the Cowboys might win. But I'm gonna go with 24-20 Seahawks.
And
Now
the
on the
Seahawks are
flip
playing at
side,
home, too. So I think that might give us an advantage.
for sure. And then on the flip side, the Patriots are going to be playing the Raiders. And
Oh,
interesting. I mean, the Raiders are
they're
kind of
good.
hot right now, honestly. And we were actually talking about that before the podcast started, and we were saying, how the Raiders were able to knock off the Saints and that sort of thing. But I mean, it could go either way. But I think that we're gonna bounce back. I think that there's no way that because I feel like whenever like we have like whether it be against Kansas City in 2014, I believe, where we gave up a lot of points, but the phrase on to Cincinnati, and I feel like we'll always bounce back from taking a beating. So I got the Patriots in that game. What about you
Hmm.
guys?
Go
The
ahead, Nick.
Raiders.
You're picking the Raiders,
I
okay?
got Cam Newton and the Patriots. I think they're for real. I think they're gonna win
Yeah.
at least 11 games this year.
Oh,
That
yeah. Oh, sorry, Shane. My bad. Go
no, you're
ahead.
good.
Yeah.
That's all I thought.
Okay. Can I say a prediction?
Go ahead,
For
brother.
what? For what?
So, who do you guys got between Kansas City and the Ravens? That's going to be an interesting game
That would
Oh,
be a good game.
because
yeah, that's gonna
they're playing each other in week 3.
that's gonna be good. I think I'll pick Kansas City over the Ravens.
It depends on the weather for me. I don't know how much weather is going on. Because if it's rainy, I think Baltimore wins. So that's my guess.
Yeah.
If
I'm
it's
picking Kansas City.
it's Baltimore.
Why? What do you think the rain? Why do you think the rain has something to do with it, Shane?
Because if you look at the stats over history, people don't throw the ball as well in the rain, and Lamar has an
Oh,
arm, so I think he'd be benefited by that.
oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
All right. So moving on to some more Madden topics. Let's start off with the new promos. I know that the new limited time cards are out. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was an absolute beast for me in the beginning of the year, and he's going for like 600K. And then we have Kawan Short, the defensive tackle. Let me check what his price is. It's probably the same thing though. But how do you guys feel about How do you guys feel? Okay, here we go. How do you guys feel about Team of the Week so far?
I like it.
I haven't gone. I've bought a couple packs. I didn't get any good cards, but you know, I mean, they're cool.
Yeah, I think the thing with Team of the Week though is going to be hit or miss. There's going to be like one. I feel like there's always just going to be like one good card, like Dak Prescott was like last week, but then everything else is kind of, you know, yeah.
I agree.
But another program that's coming out is the Superstar MVPs. Right now we got. Let me go to the sets here, but I know that there's a Levon Bell, or oh, excuse me, I said the wrong thing. I'm talking about the veterans. The veterans program.
You said Superstar MVP.
That's like a week 1 program. Like Jesus. But
You know, I did
yeah,
get the veterans. They have some good cards in there though.
Yeah, they got Akeem Hicks. That Akeem Hicks card looks pretty good.
Yeah, I got his power up just for that reason, just to get that card.
And then we got Frank Gore. I got another thing wrong. I'm on a roll today. I was looking at the card and he was wearing a Jets uniform, so I just automatically assumed it was Le'Veon Bell, but it's actually Frank Gore. I actually to this moment I never knew that Frank Gore played on the Jets. Like I never knew that. So
Isn't he on it right now?
Yeah, he played against the 49ers in the 49ers game.
How old is Frank Gore? He has to be pretty old.
I think 33, 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he used to play for the 49ers?
Yeah. That's when he was in his prime, was with the 49ers.
Yeah.
So, and you have Golden Tate for the Giants, Malcolm Smith for the Browns, Jonathan Joseph for the Titans. So there's a few good cards there. We'll talk about this before. A lot of people say that there's not a lot of content in MUT, but I feel like there's like more than enough cards that are out right now. But what about you, Nick? What do you think about? Do you think that there's not enough promos in MUT right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you do think that? You do.
Actually, you know what? No, I think there's actually too much.
Yeah, same here.
I
know what
agree.
Shane. I know what Shane's answer is. He doesn't.
Yeah, I already knew what his answer was going to be too.
I feel like the only people that complain that there's not like enough content in MUT are like the people like that have like a whole YouTube channel. It's just based on opening up packs and like playing and saying, "Oh, I got the new Randy Moss. Like, let's try him out."
Yes.
So I mean, if from their perspective, I can understand, but like for the average person that likes to play MUT, it's like I don't want to keep spending money and keep upgrading my team. So
I mean, if you have the money to, you know what I mean, you're going to be on top of the world, especially this year with how they're making everybody do it, you know what I mean? Like, they're really making us have to spend money or play 24/7 to have a chance.
Yeah, Madden Ultimate Team is definitely a grind. I feel like the next promo that's probably going to come out is the Most Feared. We'll probably talk about that going in, but I think Most Feared is probably like like one of my favorite promos, especially considering, which I don't know if they're gonna do it this year, but I remember like I think it was like a couple years ago they would make it would be on like Halloween night, and they would make like some players would be like 6 feet tall, and then other players would be like
Oh yeah, I
like
remember
1 feet
that.
tall. Yeah,
No,
and
last year in Madden 20, my Ray Lewis, I'm not even kidding. He was 8 feet tall.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
And then
yeah,
and
that
then
was
and
fun.
then and then there was some other player that was like only 2 inches. It was weird.
Yeah. So, so I mean, the cards that are probably going to come out there. I mean, of course, they'll probably. I think Ray Lewis is probably the. I think Ray Lewis is probably still going to be the feature because you can't really say like most feared without Ray Lewis. I think that's like one of the first people that comes to mind.
They need to have Cam
Well,
Chancellor.
Yeah, they
Cam
seriously do.
Chancellor,
Cam's ban. Yeah, seriously. Oh
Richard
yeah, do you
Sher.
think
I
they're
knew
gonna add
Richard.
Peyton Manning again? Because I know Peyton Manning was in the most feared last year.
Yeah, I know Richard Sherman was in it in Madden 18. Um, Tony Gonzalez. I know Tony Gonzalez has been in there, and I don't think Tony Gonzalez is in the game yet. So maybe he'll come in. And I've been hearing rumors that LaDainian Tomlinson is gonna come back.
That'd be
He
sick.
hasn't been in. Yeah, he hasn't been in the game since Madden 18, but people are saying that LaDainian Tomlinson is gonna come back, which is pretty cool. Um, be, because right now there's really not that many choices of running backs. It's either between Bo Jackson and Barry, and I guess Dalvin Cook now, but and then I don't think we'll be seeing a Michael Vick in October. I think it's a little too early for Michael Vick, but we'll probably see a Randy Moss. I think Randy Moss will probably come in most games. Personally, I think.
Yeah, probably. I think they'll wait for that, but like for me, I won't be playing it once that happens until Last Chance Qualifier if
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's true. So, but so Nick, you've been grinding, no money spent. How's that grind going? Like, what's your team
It
overall right now?
it was a 86, but I went to a 85 because I'm experimenting with cards.
Right. So who's like your best player on your team right now?
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
I
Yeah, yeah. I recently upgraded my Bo Jackson all the way up. The player that I'm gonna try to get now is probably gonna be Brandon Linder, the center, so that I can get identifier on him. But
You don't need
Shane, have you made
identifier if
any?
you pound it.
Yeah, identifier. Identifier is a clutch ability. Like right now, I have Jason Kelsey. I thought Jason Kelsey would be able to get it, but he doesn't. But identifier
Ew,
also.
Jason Kelsey.
But
No, I'm
also,
kidding.
post up from the center is good too, and edge protector.
Threat detector is amazing. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, is that an X factor? Or is that just regular ability?
Its ability. It costs 2,
Okay,
but like I
It
was
costs two, wait, it costs two what?
AP points.
AP points.
Oh,
Dude, I've literally spent $1,200, so I better
damn.
make profit back from it. I mean,
Jeez,
How do you guys?
that's a lot. Damn.
Yeah. So I actually have a question for Shane. This is probably more of a question for Shane, but with salary cap, I mean, last year, if you wanted to put an ability, it would go towards your cap limit, but like now it's just kind of AP points, and it's like the same as unlimited MUT than it is in regular salary cap. But how do you think that? Do you kind of wish that the abilities would like take a cap hit so that it's not like you don't see as much of abilities, or do you kind of like that change? Do you think?
I like what they did, but I think some ones are overpowered. Like I know I don't know what you think exactly. Like I think bench press should be like 3 AP. And I know they can't understand that right at the start of the year. They don't understand, but I think it should be 3 AP, and then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But everybody just running man and pressing, and like my Tyreek has red right away is
Damn.
ridiculous.
Right.
Wait,
So-
okay, Shane. Oh, my bad. I just have a question.
go ahead.
So what's still more OP right now? Do you still think man coverage is still more OP than zone?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So Shane, have you encountered, like, because I know a lot of people, there's not really like, I'm seeing a lot of like 2-man rush and like 3-man rush, but have you ran into anyone that has like a good blitz yet, or
No.
is it more just like a 2 or 3-man rush?
I have played against like 4-down linemen, but
Yeah.
and honestly, I actually am running 3-3-5 odd more this year. I'm not giving it away because, well, now I did, but anyways, it doesn't matter.
Wow. That was funny. You said I'm not giving it away after you just gave it away.
But I mean, because everybody's in 3-3-5 normal, and what people don't understand, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, is that when you sell ebooks, when pros sell ebooks, they're really just knowing everything that you're gonna do, though. So you might beat the normal person, but then if you run into them, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing, and I think that the way that I kind of look at it is that like I always kind of like to run my own plays, and it's not because like it's a pride thing, like, oh, I'm too good to run like the meta, but I mean honestly, like it comes to a point where you just kind of feel like a dork, like just like running, like, and especially if you don't know how to run it, like if you're playing someone that like tries to run like what pros run, but they don't even know how to set up the defense, and it's kind of a bad look, I think.
I agree too, because this guy did not know how to run the 3-3-5 normal and make you get stuck on trap. Yeah, he knew nothing. He just knew this, like the original setup, and then nothing outside of that.
Yeah. So it's like for me it's like at least if I like come up with like my own plays and I get like like beat up or whatever, at least they can't say, oh, you got your plays from YouTube or whatever. So that's kind of but you also kind of have to like mix in a little bit of meta plays here and there.
You know the funny thing though is, Trey, on that. Here, I'll say something. So Dime 236. One guy ran it like at the Classic last year at the start, but I was running it since Madden 19. So I was
And
running
you still
it.
run it?
Yeah, and so I ran it before him. But people tried to say that I copied him, just like when I ran the Dollar Overload Blitz and Serious Mo started running it in 17 and 18. I mean, people won't believe you unless you're a big name already. That's the only problem with it.
Right.
Anyways, I don't know why my point was, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, and I'm not like, and it's like for me, and it's even not like if I, because I mean I run balance. I mean that's the playbook that I'm in, right? Defense, but I mean like if I'm not gonna like get mad if people say that, oh, you stole that, because I know that Tony Montana used it, and but it's like it doesn't really. I'm not like uptight about that sort of thing. But
Everybody copies everybody in the end, so like
yeah,
if they
it's a copycat. Yeah, Madden is a copycat. I mean, I guess all games in general, to some degree, like they're gonna watch like the best players play, and then they're gonna try to. I guess it's just the way it is, but I mean, so far, I haven't really. I mean, other than the bench press, which we'll obviously get into in a second, but have you really seen any other plays aside from that are like super degenerative, other than like Lamar Jackson, read option and that sort of thing?
I haven't seen much of the read option. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
What I have seen is basically man press, bench press, and that's it, really, honestly. And then sometimes 1-4-6 cover 2, but honestly, a lot of people have just gone to the 4-6 normal if they think you're running, and then the 3-3-5 normal if they think you're passing.
Yeah. So Shane, I think Shane, you've been playing Madden for like Madden 16, I believe, is when you kind of started getting into it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I made the tournament. The only live tournament I've ever made was Madden 13, and that's when I
Right.
didn't care really. But
Yeah.
yes, Madden 16 is when I got serious about it.
So going back to like if you could remember like what was like the most like like we talk about the swerve and like the mic scrape and all that, but in your opinion, like what was like the most like overpowered like broken thing in Madden that you think that you've experienced over the years?
On offense, obviously the contain glitch when I had to try to beat that last year. The start, or wait, that was Madden 19. Excuse me, Madden 19 at the start of last year, and then or Madden 19 at the start of the year. Excuse me. And then honestly, I think it was Madden 18. It was the air truck. When you were on defense and the guy would run into the air truck and it'd make you dive out of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were that for me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And it's kind of been kind of watered down now, like especially since they put like nano protection in the game, so now you can't really. But I know Shane, you've seen like do you think that you could tell a difference between like is there like a legit nano from like when there wasn't nano protection that it comes in like super fast versus like last year with like 146 and all that?
You talking about this year? Is there anything that I've seen coming fast?
Well, no, I'm talking like because you know how they put nano protection in the game, so you can't really like nano anybody anymore. But you played back when there wasn't nano detection. So do you think that there's like a big difference because like 146 last year, how it was like overpowered the blitz was like? Do you think that it's like a difference in terms of like how fast they get in there? Or is it
No, honestly, not really. And I mean, people might complain and say, yeah, right, you're wrong on this too. But
yeah,
honestly, if you slid the right way against nanos, you'd have all day. Like the mic scrape, people didn't know how to do it. I figured out how to stop it by sliding the opposite way that you should. And I actually had huge plays.
right.
So I just think that it's not as bad as people think. But I mean, I'm also cool with it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think blitzing. I think there's a little bit of a misconception with blitzing. I think some people think that like if I know like an edge blitz or like an A gap blitz like you'll be good, but in reality I feel like it almost like leaves you vulnerable to like other plays. So I feel like if you're gonna like run a blitz, you kind of have to know how to adjust behind the blitz if you want to be good.
Yeah, and there was actually a play that that Nick showed me in the Discord about that it was a OP blitz or an OP blitz, but even that what he was showing, like I don't like to downplay what people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, but all he was doing there's counters for everything. All you had to do was double team. He would do a blitz where he pinched the line, crashed in, and they'd like sneak in the A gap or B gap. All you had to do was double team a defensive end and ID the middle or ID the defensive end. Excuse me, double team the defensive tackle, and you'd have all day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But wait, Shane. But how do you set up the blitz to like actually physically do it when you're on D?
Every blitz is different.
Are you talking about the one that you showed me?
Yeah.
All you do is pinch the line and crash down, and then put a linebacker over.
That's it.
Yeah.
Damn. Wait, and then put a linebacker over what?
Like either the left guard or left tackle.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's it? Wow, it's that simple? Jeez, wow, Jesus. That's simple.
Right.
Because there's not really nano blitzes like there used to be, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, and you know that and I asked that because I don't know what it is. I think maybe that's kind of why I kind of watch MCS because for some reason there's something like intriguing to me to kind of watch like how people are gonna like try to like break a game. Like I don't know how to explain it, but there's like something kind of interesting and and I don't know if if there's any like like old heads in that watch us that played back in the day that could tell us like what was degenerative back then. But
Here, I'll tell you something. Madden 13. If you got inside the 5-yard line, I didn't know until after Vegas because I wasn't in the know-how. But if you're inside the 5-yard line or the 10-yard line, it didn't matter really. All you had to do is high throw, put everybody on curls, high throw it, and the defense would dumb out and not react, and the guy would catch it.
Yeah, and I know, and I think in Madden 13 you could like face catch and like where like if you threw a ball and you could like swerve in, that you would get a specific animation every time.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, but now everything is watered down, so like you're kind of left to like not much. But that's a topic for another day. But I guess moving forward, we kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but it happens. It happens every now and then. But so I want to talk about the suspension that's been going on. So apparently more people are getting and I said at the beginning of the podcast that it was people that are like buying and selling coins, and now granted that stuff still happens, but what I was really trying to say is people that DC people. The people at DC people, they're getting their account blocked for 1 week. I've seen it happen a few times that they get their account leaked. Like, do you think that that punishment is something that's a little bit too harsh, or do you think that it should be more like?
It should be more.
What do you think is?
It should be way worse.
For
DCPN, DC disconnect glitching. You're
Why?
You're banned for the whole. Let me say it. Just let me say it, and then I'll for disconnect glitching. Hell yeah, it's dirty as hell. You should be banned for the whole tournament, the whole season,
right.
And you can do season 2 or season 3. Go ahead, Nick.
Why? Why do you think it should be way worse, Shane?
Because that's dirty, bro. Kicking people off the game.
That's
loser talk. Like that's
True,
real
yeah.
B-made. I'm not gonna swear in the podcast because I know I have younger kids that actually watch this podcast. That's why I don't. That's why I let them know that there's usually not swearing. But yeah, I think it's horrible. That's just my opinion. I mean.
Yeah, I think it should be way worse too.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be kind of going a little bit against the grain with you guys now. Now, obviously, I mean, it's kind of inexcusable. I do think that there should be sort of a penalty, but it's like if EA has like the technology to know when people are DCing, I mean, I guess they're probably reporting when it happens, but why can't they fix the damn thing? Like,
they should be able to fix it.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
they should be able to patch the glitch.
But you know why I think, in my personal opinion, why they have a hard time doing that? Is they don't you should look at all the Madden people and blame them more than EA. Because every year they say EA makes a broken game. Sure, sometimes the gameplay is a little worse. I agree on that, yada, yada, yada. But they don't expect people to play 21 hours out of 24 hours a day, find every glitch in the book, and then cheat them, I guess what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way I can see where you're coming from, but I think that I just think for me, like, if there's a glitch that people can use online, I mean, we were playing. I mean, like Nick and I were playing. We played some Fall Guys, And Fall Guys is like, that's a game that's like, that could be equivalent of a game that you would find like that kids would be playing. I mean, we're talking about a game that really has no progression loops, like there's no like, levels that you can grind for, and people still, we've seen people like glitch out the game and know how to cheat it. So I think for me, if there's a way that you can desync people, I don't think that you can reasonably expect people not to abuse it.
But
Yeah.
but then they should get banned though, Trey. I mean, if we're talking about money here, like if you're talking about like head to head, just to see what my rank is, whoop de whoop. Yeah, that's different to me. But we're talking about competitively right now. We're talking about it is
Yeah.
competitive, and like to me, that's just dirty. So I mean, I guess I'm different on that. I mean, I would never do it, even if I knew how to do it head to head where it didn't matter. I'm just not that type of person, I guess.
Yeah, and
Can,
I
can
think
I?
that. Oh, go ahead, Nick. Go.
Okay. No. I was just gonna say, ask if I could say something. So we're talking about this, Trey, and then you're saying, why can't they fix the damn thing? And I'm gonna talk about GTA because GTA is really the only example close that I have. Because when you go into a GTA lobby, if you wanna play a game that has the most glitches that people abuse, please play GTA because it'll make you
Right,
destroy your
and no,
console. But
yeah,
anyway,
no, that's
so
actually, yeah, no, and I was actually gonna say, sorry to cut you off, Nick, but I was actually gonna say because that's kind of the example that I was kind of getting of, but like, so Nick, you play GTA and you play Call of Duty and that sort of thing, and there's things that are broken that people abuse all the time, right, in those games, right?
right,
Yeah.
and
So it's like,
and so oh
go
sorry.
ahead,
And so you
yeah.
were talking about why can't they fix it? And when you think about DC, if people have to like mess with their internet to make the glitch work, I don't think that's something that EA could fix. Because for an example, on GTA, the most overpowered glitch, but there's a counter for it, and people still know how to stop people from using it if they try to take an advantage. Anyway, the most overpowered glitch is a God mode speedo glitch, where in GTA your character goes into God mode and no one could kill you and no one could blow it up or anything. And Rockstar Games, they can't patch it because because to do it you have to spam the PS4 button, and Rockstar can't pass the PS4 button because they didn't make the PS4.
Yeah.
So like I think that's why EA is having such a problem patching the DC glitch, because they can't stop people from messing up their internet to make it work.
And and I think for me, like if EA would have came out and say, this is the reason why, and I haven't heard, and the thing that's even more that kind of gets under my skin, I haven't heard one, like, I haven't heard Clint, who's like the lead gameplay guy, like, I haven't heard one person like come out and try to give an explanation as to why this thing is going on, so it almost lets me
Right.
know that they probably don't care about
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah, that gets
so,
underneath my skin too. That
so
they don't
instead
even
of,
mention it.
so instead of like trying to like find a way as to why it's to an issue, like they're just banning people, like, but people are, but and I see where Shane's coming from, and like, and I respect his opinion, but I guess for me, it's like it goes back to like gaming as a whole, like if people could, if there's a way to cheat, people are gonna cheat. Like I feel like you kind of have to blame the company, like rather than the actual players that play the game.
Right. And like I was saying, they probably can't patch it because if you have to mess with your internet to make the glitch work to DC someone else, it's like, yeah, I don't think EA could stop you from messing up your internet.
Yeah. So So going back to GTA, like when there's like all these glitches that are coming up, like do people from Rockstar like try to make an effort to see what's going on, or is the communication similar to like Madden and all that?
No, they make an effort
Right.
to control what's going on.
Right.
And they talk about the glitches and all that. They're not as bad as EA. Gladly, but
Right. So anyway, moving on. Moving on from that, bench press. And, the whole patches that are going on, and I'm going to let Shane kick this off because I'm sure he has probably a lot to say about it. So, Shane, go ahead.
Okay, so my issue is, and we had a conversation in our Discord group, anybody can go check it out, we don't have to bring it on air, is what is my issue with pro players? Well, I don't have a problem with every pro player out there. There's tons of guys out there that are respectful and nice so far to me. Knock on wood, like Civil, K-Mac, Chaos, just to name a few. Even Mo doesn't rub me the wrong way. I'm decent with him. My issue is exactly what Dreeny posted. I posted in the Discord where Dreeny said, I'm done talking with the Madden community about anything, because if you're good at it, you say find a counter, and if you're not good at something, you beg EA to patch it. Well, if you go ahead and follow EA, you will see them following Skimbo, Kiv, Dreeny, Joke. I could go on. All the top guys have won belts. Well, they do listen, and they don't put things in patch notes. I know personally from my guy at EA. Okay, specifically I know they don't always put every little patch note in there, and that's why some things you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't in the patch notes. Here's the thing. Patch 1.10 came out. When was that? Monday? Well,
yeah.
So nobody could catch all of a sudden. People were complaining like, oh my god, fix Madden. Oh my god, fix it, EA. From Gut Fox, which, I mean, he's a YouTuber or a Twitch stream. I don't know who the hell he is, but he's not, like, professional, so I don't care, what his opinion is. I don't care what TD Barrett. I don't care about Yo Boy Pizza. And honestly, with pros, what Dreeny said sticks with it. I made a video last night. Or yesterday, last night I think, about how to catch the football. I got hated on it. I went on Twitter. I explained how to do it. I posted my video link. I got hated on doing that even more. So this guy, and I'll give him credit, on Twitter, he said, yo, you'll get a subscriber on YouTube if you can do a live stream playing an opponent and catch it in traffic and catch different, using the conservative catch, rat catch, and aggressive catch. I did all of them. He even went to bat for me on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, Trey, at all. But he said that, you know what, Shane proved me wrong. It's about user skill now. It's about switching up and running to the ball.
And they should have kept it like that.
Right, and I personally think they did that to do it kind of like the defensive user catch. Try to make some skill gap by user. But isn't it funny that none of the pros liked it? I mean, these are the same dudes who click off.
And I'm going to say this right now to any pros that are watching, I'm better than you because I drop no passes at all. And you guys are over there dropping passes.
But I'm just saying...
They shouldn't even deserve to be called pros if they have to let the game catch for them. Like, if you can't catch for yourself, if you have to let the game catch for you, you really shouldn't even be called a pro.
But that's why I point in a way, because, like, what Dreeny said was perfect. If pros can't beat it, they beg EA to fix it. And EA does listen to the pros. Don't get it twisted. I already posted up on our Discord, Madden 18, where Kiv was crying about the zones, and lickety-split, Clint fixed them or had them get fixed in EA, like, the next month. Just like this, all these pros saying they can't catch, all these YouTubers can't catch. I caught just fine. Like, honestly, I think it's soft, and I'm actually embarrassed for a lot of Madden pros. Really,
I
what they
caught
want,
just fine, and I'm
really,
not even a pro.
but that's what I'm saying. So, really, what I'm saying about this, I mean, I could go on for the next hour, but what I'm saying is, I'm embarrassed for Madden pros that complain. And they all know who they are, and I tell it to their face. You couldn't catch the ball because you don't switch up quick enough and make the catch. You rely on the computer spamming square or triangle or X right when it hits the hands to catch the ball. There's a skill gap to be able to switch up and go to the ball and catching it. So, I mean, it is what it is. They got what they wanted. It's not going to affect me anyways, but all it shows is they really just want it Madden to be chess, computer chess. They want to put their little 1-4-6, do little plays or whatever is meta defense and set down their controller. I think Trey can add to this about watching Drini play somebody and his controller froze or something. Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then one more thing before I get into, like, you know, my whole spill on this. You're talking about Madden 18, and you said Clint. It was actually Rex Dixon.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I was working with EA at the time, and you know, and I wish that.
Who's Rex Dixon?
Okay, so you know how, the Madden community leader is Clint Oldenburg. He's essentially, and you know, and that's going to be another topic for another day where, you know, and you think that it's pros, but you know, like, even though these guys, you know, they get hated on Twitter more than anybody, but I mean, how much control do you think that they have over what goes on? You know, that would be another topic for another day, but. You know, and I kind of miss Rex, and I kind of, you know, Clint is good too. I don't really mind Clint that much, but, you know, Rex Dixon, I actually really enjoyed him. I hope he's doing well wherever he's at, and, you know, hopefully, maybe we'll get him back on the team somehow. But anyway, moving forward from that, you're right, and you know, and I think that I don't think EA cares about user skill. I believe that the reason that they did it is so that people could use more training on the gift wrapped ability. And if you guys don't know what the gift wrapped ability is, you can look it up. It was an ability that literally the statement of it was something along the lines of quarterbacks with this ability will less frequently drop wide open passes. It literally, that's what it says. Like if we didn't play Madden and I was talking to someone casually and I told them, like, you know, you need this ability and you'll have a better chance at catching a wide open pass. Like what would you say? Like if you weren't part of the community, like you would be like, well, that's stupid. Like the average person will literally say that. But so I think that the reason why people were dropping balls is because they wanted it to be more ability based. But I don't know, and this is getting into what Shane was telling earlier, but EA doesn't care about user skill. This game right now is the most computerized game, AI game of all time. And you know, and this gets into a bigger discussion, but it's questionable if it should even be like an esport competitive play. Now, in the Madden Bowl last year, it was Drini versus Mills. And so, during the game, Drini's controller died, like the batteries went out, right? Well, when the batteries went out, like what happens, I'll ask Nick. So Nick, if you're playing Call of Duty and your controller goes dead, like what does your character do when that happens?
Probably just runs around the map by itself and just going straight.
But he doesn't do anything, right? He kind of just sits there and does nothing if you're not controlling.
Yeah.
Right. And so in Fortnite, if you play Fortnite and your controller goes dead, what happens? The guy stops. In Madden, when Drini's controller went dead and Drini was on defense, the linebacker he was user controlling on still kept running down the running back. Like And for anyone that says that, Madden is a competitive game and this and that, and I would like to hear a good argument as to why. If it's competitive, if the dude's controller died and the guy he's clicked onto is still chasing down the running back, so that's all my spill. I don't think that it was because EA is trying to move towards a more user-based game. I think it's because the abilities, and it just happened to be a workaround that if you clicked on and you use user skill to catch the ball, that was the thing. But I don't think EA did that on purpose. I just think that it kind of happened that way. But now it's bad.
Yeah, you definitely might be right on that, bro. I could see what you mean.
Yeah, I agree with Trey.
I could see it, and maybe they didn't expect somebody to switch up so quick. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter because in the end, they patched it.
The pros are babies.
So they patched it. So, I mean, I've actually, another thing is I've seen more drops now since the patch happened.
Yeah, I'm still seeing drops too. I mean, it's not as frequently, but I mean, I feel like they're still there in a way. So I don't know.
But that's what I mean, bro.
So there'll probably be another patch coming up soon. The whole patches thing is, I talk about this all the time, but just keep the game how it is.
Seriously.
I think patches are the worst thing that happens in Madden, honestly.
But
I mean, just make your game. If there's something that's just beyond broken, out of recognition, where it's you have to patch it. But I feel like for the most part, just keep the game how it is. That's kind of how I feel about the whole patches.
Well, if pros are never going to be happy. Never. But like I said,
never?
No, not unless they're great. What Drini said was probably the truest thing that a pro could say without basically calling out names.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
By saying, you know what, I'm not going to say anything anymore, I'm not going to complain, but Madden players are, just basically all the same. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right. Oh, someone in the chat right now.
Wait, I was about to ask, who's in the chat? Is anyone in the chat?
No.
I thought you were talking about someone that was in the chat. You were saying, you said that statement, and you're like, yeah, you're right. So I thought you were reading.
Oh no, nobody's been in here tonight, but it's all good. We'll get views afterwards. Honestly, you guys, and I mean that we're being recorded right now, but I've actually gotten emails from people that they listen to it the next day or a couple days later while they're doing bills or playing. So it depends. I mean, right now a lot of people are watching the football game.
Yeah, they're watching the football game, so yeah, that's true. So, all right, guys. So we're going over the poll question for this week, and remember, if you guys want, every Thursday there's going to be a poll question to be discussed in the next podcast. It usually gets posted before a podcast, so just be on the lookout for Shane's community tab page, and then just leave a vote for when that goes live. But for this week's podcast, the topic is who looks like a title contender in the NFL so far. That was the one that won, so I'm going to go over to Nick. Who do you think are a few contender NFL teams so
far? Contender? Wait, what does that mean?
It means
who do you think's gonna Who you think's the team that's gonna make it, like, for the Super, like in the Super Bowl?
So far.
The Seahawks.
So far.
Seahawks.
I would agree with that. I would say Seahawks and probably KC. But I'm actually watching New England with great interest.
Yeah, that would be ideal. I mean,
what if the Raiders go?
I don't see them beating. Honestly, I don't see it, but I mean that would be crazy.
Okay, so
the Raiders are doing good. I mean, they blew the doors off of the Saints, like they really did.
All right, but I'll ask you this because I feel like it's kind of easy to say, you know, like the teams that, you know, everyone kind of suspects, like the Seahawks, the Chiefs, and I guess the Patriots a little bit. But like, if you could have a sleeper pick, like a team that not a lot of people expect to make it, that you think could make a run, who do you think it would be?
The Rams.
The Rams. I think for me, it's the Titans. I know a lot of people, and I've been saying this for years, but I don't know what it is. But I feel like the Titans are kind of red hot right now, and I think that they have the potential to maybe make it in the NFL. Well, what about you, Nick? If you had to pick a team,
the Titans.
Who?
The Titans.
The Titans. Okay. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for me.
Wow. Yo, how is there no one in the pot? I'm surprised that there's actually no one watching. Man, that sucks. I want people to watch.
I mean,
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Don't worry. I mean, we're on the road to. I mean, we're sitting at like 2.5K. So I mean.
Oh yeah. I was just about to ask, have we hit our subscriber goal yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, what are we at?
Whatever Trey said.
Yeah, like 2.5K on YouTube, but I mean we'll get there soon for sure. You just gotta keep consistent, you know, just keep grinding out videos. And, I mean that's kind of how YouTube works. I feel like. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I was at 700 subscribers last year, or whatever at the start.
Yeah.
Wait, 700? Only 700? Damn, that's crazy, Shane. The fact that you have this much from 700 is just crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So and I guess another thing before we get out of here. So Shane, are you going to be? You said that you're not going to be streaming a lot of clubs, but when the draft champion stuff comes around and all that, should people expect you to be streaming some more Madden?
Oh yeah, I will be streaming a lot on Mutt Draft and Last Chance Qualifier, so I'll be streaming a lot. So honestly, you guys just be ready for it, man. And I'll probably be worse as the year gets on because I don't watch what all the top plays are. So we'll see how it goes. You might see me rage more.
Yeah, that's always fun to see raids for sure.
You should make a raids compilation, Shane.
Yeah, that
Shanegotyou11's raids compilation.
Yeah, I mean, or trash talking. That was always fun.
Right.
Yo, so anybody who wants to beat the bench press, really all you need to do is get Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison, which I just did. So
gotta open up that credit card if you want to.
Yeah, it's definitely not fair. So.
Yo, wait, so being no money spent, are you really going to be able to get a good team this year or not?
I don't think so.
You don't?
No. I mean, maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be towards the end of the year, and then everyone's just going to have the same teams towards the end of the year, but, I mean, you'll still be able to win games. I mean, there'll be solo challenges and all that other stuff.
Yeah. It's not bad, though, honestly, you guys. But, all right, let's wrap this up. Anyone got anything else to say?
Yes, let's not wrap this up right now. I want to keep it going. No, I'm kidding.
I'm trying to lab stuff right now, Nick.
No, I'm kidding.
But I'm good, so I'll toss it.
Oh yeah, Lost Dogs Legion comes out on October 29th.
Yeah, so a couple days from Halloween. So
Yeah.
alright, so I'm gonna toss it over to Shane to close this out.
Alright, you guys, this was the West Coast Madden Podcast. I'm Shane, and with me, as always, was Trey and Nick. We will see you in October, actually, you guys, so be safe.